is back. Sam and oh God, what's up with you? Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper.
Oh God, real quick, man. Our man Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Unfortunately, had some bail denied. Let me read this real quick for the people. Pennsylvania Court Appeals on Monday rejected Bill Cosby's request to be released on bail while he tries to overturn his conviction for sexual assault. Last week, Mr. Cosby filed a motion with the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which here appeals, arguing that his efforts to challenge his conviction were being frustrated by the fact that the trial judge had yet to issue an opinion that explains his decisions during the case. Now, in a brief order, the Supreme Court judge gave no explanation for its decision. Mr. Cosby, who is currently 81 years old, for the people who don't know, is now in a maximum security state prison in Pennsylvania where he is serving 3 to 10 years. We've had a lot of people on this platform. Oh, God bless to have a lot of people. We've asked this question to a lot of people.
Right.
We've had a lot of different perspectives. But now, as we enter year 2 of a 3-year to 10-year sentence, what is your thoughts on his appeal being denied?
Well, they're saying because he didn't, want to, pretty much take part in a sexually violent predator, program, which is called SVP, and they saying that's one of the reasons, why they denied him that, which is crazy. So pretty much they wanted him to take, I guess, the equivalent to AA, a drug addict. But if you're like a sex predator, they wanted him to take this, particular thing, and he didn't do it. So why didn't you do it? Maybe he's still holding, to the fact that he's not that. But that's one of the reasons why, they're not going to, let him be paroled. I don't blame him. I mean, if he's sticking to he didn't do it in the way that it went down that manner, and I'm just going to fight this thing. I got 10 years. I'm not going to do this because maybe if I do this, that people are going to think I'm this. I don't understand the reasoning behind it, but nevertheless, that's crazy.
I think as we're sitting here listening, and that's I've seen countless times where you sit in front of an appeal and they try to buck break your ass.
Yeah.
They try to make you, especially people that are innocent. And you've seen times and you've heard stories about people that have sat in jail longer than what they've had to because they're not going to look them in the face and admit that they did something that they didn't do. And a lot of times that's heinous. More times it's a lot of sexual assault. Maybe Mr. Cosby does not believe in his heart of hearts that giving them drugs to them women who we don't know wanted them or not. We don't know if they took them knowingly or not. Mm-hmm. And if they didn't, then yes, I mean, it is what it is. But if they did and he didn't do it, and he's telling you he didn't do it, and you're trying to make him say he didn't, it's a form of just breaking another person, breaking another black man in this situation. So it's a fight on will. And a man that's 81 years old and has seen a lot of shit and is 8 decades in this world, he may be ready to die on his laurels, and it's man. Now, how long do you see him serving? Do you see him going ahead and fulfilling out more than less than that 10 years? What do you see him getting out of?
Well, we said he's been in 2-3 years now. I think 2 years now. So eventually, I think they'll let him out. He might even come back and say, "Look, I'll take this therapy, whatever you guys are trying to give me, this course or whatever that you're trying to give me, or something." They may come up with some type of a resolution, somewhere down the line. But I would say no more than 4, maybe 5 years he'll do. I don't see him being maxing out and doing the whole thing in there. But will he be alive then? What's how's his health? Things like that. Hopefully, he lives to be able to see another day and come out. And I'm going to talk about this too, Sam, man. Mm-hmm. Why are we so unforgiving to each other, man? I don't get it. When even all this thing is going on in the media, it's we're so somebody does something, and whether it was 20, 30 years ago, everybody wants to crucify him, kill him, throw him away. People make mistakes. Remember LeGarrette Blount was saying, look, I was a kid. Yeah. You do something in your 20s, whether or not, if it's bad, it's bad, but it's people change. We don't have this forgiveness, but we forgive people who done fucking did shit to us forever. But we can't forget people that look like us and shit for some shit. You know what I mean? It's just weird to me a little bit. Even with Bill Cosby,
Yeah, unfortunately, man, people love the blood. They love it. We love that gladiator mentality where we can see our people in the ring and fighting to the death, and we get bored when we don't. You know what I mean? It's easy to go ahead and pick on something. It's easy to put black men and black women against each other. It's easy to put black men against each other. It's easy to point blame at the fact that, okay, you got the cops killing you, but y'all killing each other, and you like Trump or you like this or you don't like this. It's easy to always go at each other because we've been programmed to love the conflict, to love the drama. I was talking about it today. It's funny because you could put up two types of videos that had the same kind of content distributed very differently. One with a positive title and a good thumbnail. One with a kind of an edgier title and an edgier thumbnail. Right. And the motherfucker with the edgier one is going crazy while this one is barely getting anything. And that just tell you right there, people love the blood, man. And it's fucked up. It's sad because you want to be able to help the masses, but then you slowly realize it's almost an impossible task, and you better just help the one next to you because the masses, it ain't no point on.
Yeah, but it's like, that's what we got to stop judging the book by its cover. Like even with the Charlemagne thing, things happen, obviously, but people see things just one way. And you can't, like, even I have boys who saying, you can't just be like, all right, I think that was fucked up, but I still rock with them. It's like, oh, you going with this mother, you this and you that. I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, we don't agree with all that shit either, but we ain't saying totally, just get rid of somebody. You know what I mean? Like that. But yeah. I just think that, we just got to be more forgiving to each other, have a bigger heart, and deal with each other a little bit, better, man. That's all.
Yeah, man. Well said.
Yeah, definitely. So let's move on to this thing, man. What I think your boy Royce the 5'9", shout out to Royce. He posted this clip up that you showed me yesterday with Juvenile on Vlad TV, and he was going, Juvenile was going in on Young Buck, saying F Young Buck. I don't want to talk about him. Then I think his manager or somebody, whoever's with Juvenile, was like, you asking all the wrong questions, and then he said this can't air. But then Juvenile was like, nah, put it all up. But Royce, he shared it. What do you think about the whole situation and the fact that Royce the 5'9" actually, shared this information, and it's still going in on Vlad as well?
Going in on Vlad, and it should be commended, but at the same time, promoting him nonetheless. Promoting it nonetheless. When we see it, we run right to it. We want to see it for ourselves. We drive traffic right to the same bullshit that we say we can no longer support. Whether that be consciously or subconsciously, it happens. And I think that we need to get to a point right now, oh God, that we need to begin to, if we really want to end problems that we feel as though run amok within our culture, the hip hop culture, then we need to stop complaining about that and stop getting mind fucked by that chess game and start moving our pieces to where we start supporting the real. Support the real. Instead of you posting that nonsense and saying this is why we don't need to support him, drop a clip of some motherfucker speaking real. And I'm not always talking about here, just great platforms out here speaking real shit that you can support and that we can give light to and shine light on to where we can slowly get the roaches the fuck up out the house. But until then, if we keep acknowledging that there's roaches in here and we keep leaving dirty ass food around for them to eat, they always gonna be here.
Yeah, and now, as you say that, the people say the same thing to us. Like, how come y'all, why talk about it? You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. And I understand that as well.
So do I.
Some things need to be addressed. And